Welcome, everybody. Happy Friday. Who's happy we're doing another one in chat? And tonight's a special one. We're doing a double feature vendor spotlight situation. We're going to do Jenna from Natural Nerd Fabrics and Hardware. And then we're going to have a teacher / vendor spotlight with Julie from Off the Wall Quilt. So that'll be super fun and exciting. So welcome, everybody. What is everybody sipping on tonight? Tonight, I went back to the classic. I've got the rum and Diet Coke in the sticker cup. So that's what we got tonight. I could only do wine for like one wine and chat, Where's everybody at? How's everybody doing? I know a couple folks were like at concerts tonight and hanging out in other places. But I'm excited to see who's coming on tonight. Let's see. And just a warning, if you're coming on and I can't see your face or name and it just says Facebook user, just click the link where you're watching this on Facebook. It says streamyard.com/Facebook and you give them permission and I can see your lovely face and name. If not, then just tag your name at the end of your comment. And then Alex is always drinking coffee. And I don't know how, I know you're like several hours behind us, but wow. Still coffee at the end of the day. It's impressive. It's dedication. Uh-oh, the janitor's on deck. Go back to cleaning, sir. If anybody doesn't know, this is the other half of SME. He's commenting apparently from the living room. Kathy, hello from the Smoky Mountains. I hope you're enjoying your vacation. Glenn, wine as always. I like the little emoji this time. Oh, and Kathy does have wine as well. Look at that. Y'all are dedicated. Everybody's bringing wine tonight. Oh, and Kathy has just water, no wine. That's okay. We respect the water. I have my big jug of water behind me too. Or behind you. It's in front of me. All right. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and intro our first vendor of the night, which is Jenna from Natural Nerd. I'm going to pop her up. Say hello.
Hi.
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good. What are you drinking on tonight?
Wine. It was going to be bourbon, but it's only 5 o'clock. I am. And I haven't even had dinner yet. So that felt like a little much.
That's understandable.
So I'll have my wine and I'll drink my bourbon later.
I get that. Yeah. It is 5 o'clock where you're at.
It felt a little extra to be sipping on bourbon at 5 p.m., which I've been talking to you for 10 minutes and sipping my wine. So like 4:30 would have been when I poured it.
That's even better. Oh, we've got some interesting ones. Kathy, I thought Kathy was drinking wine, but apparently she's drinking Fireball too. I'm a little concerned for Kathy now. We've got water, also water. I think some of these are some of your followers as well coming on tonight. So hello.
Hi, everybody. Yeah, I should drink more water and less wine, but
that's okay.
I am not known for being a good influence. So there's that.
We aren't here either. We encourage you every Friday to drink something because that's how we do it here. And also the vendor hall and the parties at So Magical parties. It's a bunch of people hanging out and sewing, usually in pajamas, but there's usually alcohol.
Only thing I signed up for to like take a spot from is I signed up, me and my helpers, for the boozy bag exchange on Friday.
Heck yeah.
And so we're not vending on Friday. I was like, oh, well then let's go just get drunk with everyone. Like that one's like a great time.
Oh yeah. That one's so fun. We've been doing that one for a few years now, and everybody has the most creative bags and the plethora of alcohol that's in one spot. It amazes me every time.
Hi, Sandy.
I was gonna say, yeah, you had one that was saying hi, hello. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get started. Tell us what is your company, Natural Nerd?
Me. That's it. I'm all alone. I don't have employees or help or any of that. I started maybe 3 or 4 years ago, and I started with like finished products.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of irritated my husband. He's like, you don't charge enough. And I was constantly drawing. And so then it came into making the materials, and I got really into doing the hardware. And so now we do hardware and fabric and the planner. And it's just, I don't know, pretty much anything that my brain decides I want to focus on at that time sneaks in, because I'm an artist, and this is how I get my art out there.
Yeah. I mean, that's the prick of owning a business. You can just, you know, do what excites you, and hopefully it excites others, right?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to show off your website, because I think that'll show a little bit more of who and what you do and what you are. So if you want to like walk us through it, or just highlight whatever you want to, just like tell me where to go.
Sure. So where you're at is the homepage, which I do not utilize as well as I should. It's usually just a placeholder for a thing that doesn't go anywhere else.
Yeah.
And then there's nothing in pre-order because I don't have an open one right now. Our next one will probably be mid-October.
Yeah, right before So Magical.
Right, because my strikes have made it to me, or have been shipped, but they haven't made it to me yet.
Shipping's terrible, right?
We don't have any retail fabric because it's all on its way to Orlando. Don't tend to order very much of it.
Mm-hmm.
So everything I have will be at So Magical.
Right.
Then we have retail hardware. The bulk of our business is hardware.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, there's, how many products does it say I have? 86. So
a lot. Yeah.
That's all been updated, and
and like you have a good variety and lots of, you know, like unique items that you can't really find in a lot of places. I love all your dragon stuff. That's probably some of my favorite.
So there's more of that coming, but I can't show you because the art's still in process. The thing about my stuff is I don't do any fandoms at all. So all of the hardware, all of the fabric, it's all my art.
Mm-hmm.
If I buy clip art from somewhere to make fabric, it's still my fabric design. I will never like buy a pre-done file, if that makes sense.
No, it does. Yeah, I totally get that. Yeah.
So that's kind of, I do a lot of fantasy stuff, a lot of animals. Really open to whatever my group says they want. That's how we got possums.
Okay.
I had no intention of ever doing possums, and then like 100 people said, no, that's what we want. So now we have possums. So I give them what they want. So now we have a little hanging possum pole and a screaming possum face magnet and possum fabric, because why not?
Why not? Because how many other groups or companies have that? They don't.
Right. So that's my goal. Is I want to be a little different. So
I love it.
Yeah. We've got the planner products, which is where the Crafty Business Planner will go. Right now, what's there is the class notebook, which is a printable PDF.
Okay.
So I think it's got like 38 spaces for like 30 classes.
Oh, wow.
And then note pages and stuff so that you can print however much you need or however little you need. And it was designed for like classes at So Magical. And I was gonna have it hardbound, but after I got done with the big planner, I didn't have any money left.
Yeah.
So it's a digital product.
It's a big planner, let me tell you. It's
big. So I didn't have any money left, and so that didn't happen. Stickers are just stickers.
They can download it ahead of time now, print it themselves, and bring it for all their classes at So Magical.
Exactly. And that's why it's up there now, is so that it's there before any of them. Stickers are just stickers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, your flaw. And then, so we have the dry erase ones there that are machine maintenance. Those will be with me at So Magical.
Yeah, I shared it all our last wine and chat. I love mine because I have the industrial machine one for my industrial. I wanted to share it one more time on wine and chat before I put it in my like actual sewing room. But yeah, I love it because and it was funny. I was showing off my machine to somebody yesterday, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I do need to change my oil. Let me change that, and now I can write it on my little dry erase sticky."
Yeah, I was looking at mine on my machine, and it says the last time I changed my needle was August 29th.
Oh,
so probably I should. I should.
yeah, depending on how much you sew, you probably should.
Probably every day, pretty close.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all of the stickers will be with me. I won't have any flawed anything with me at Sew Magical.
Right.
And then the part that says, I don't know where I'm going with this, that's fine. You can click there. I don't know if you want to click any further than that.
Okay, got it.
So this,
yeah.
yeah. So like, before I was a hardware and fabric designer, I was a teacher and a writer.
Oh, cool.
And I kind of lost that spark for a while, and it started to come back. And so I've started to share some of that, but my writing is not appropriate for children.
Okay. Noted.
Of any age. So hence the warning, and like there's a line, you can't even read it until you click on it, like so that you know you signed up to do that before you got in.
Right.
And yeah, the plan is to post one every Friday. So
that's awesome. Yeah. That's cool. I like how it's like it's a little bit different. It's something, unique and fun to find on there.
I found a lot of people in our group like to read. We do a monthly book club.
And, oh, I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Yeah. So I was like, well, I might as well get back to where my creativity started a little bit. So
right. Sweet. Was there anything else you wanted to show us on your website, or did you want to talk about what you're bringing to Sew Magical?
I mean, that's pretty much the website. It's not very fancy. Like it's just, I am not super tech savvy, so that's what it is. So we can talk about what I'm bringing to Sew Magical.
Okay, cool. What are you bringing?
So I'm bringing lots and lots and lots of hardware. I will have mostly woven and vinyl in terms of fabric with me.
Okay. They're heavy on bag makers and quilters and things like that.
So there will be some, if there is CL, it'll be because that's what was left over from another retail drop. Because our group, since it is so hardware heavy, is mostly bag makers. But I do some cotton lycra for clothing makers. And I'll have some canvas with me too. Oh, nice. The big product I'm bringing with me is the Crafty Business Planner. Yeah, it's huge.
It's big. I know I'm a tiny person, but like this is big.
Like this is my head. Look at this.
Like, yeah. And it's like, it's a full finger width at least worth of pages.
So it's like almost 300 pages.
Yeah. Something like it's a lot. And then the categories, right?
Yeah. So there are 7.
Can I show the categories? Am I upside down? There you go. Yeah, I am.
So that's my big one. There you go. So we got our calendar, which is like a regular planner. So you have the big calendar and then spots for every week. Your events are for like craft shows, stuff like that. Or so like one in mine is Sew Magical.
Right.
But
can I want to focus on it because it's cool. It's got a checklist of things to bring if you're showing in the booth, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I love this. Because it's not just for like indoor, but it's also you could like outdoor people. So like anybody that's not like a U vendor coming to Sew Magical, but also like a craft show vendor, like you're bringing your handmade goods, and I think that's so relevant for so many of the folks that come to Sew Magical.
And the only part of this that is, I am sorry, that's my mom.
That's okay. My phone was just ringing too. I told you there's always an interruption.
Right. The only part of this that is sewing specific is the reference section.
Yeah.
So everything else, you could be a jewelry maker, you could do wood burning, you can make tumblers. It doesn't matter.
Anything handmade.
Anything handmade. Exactly. Anything handmade.
And this is fun too. At the front of every tab
it's like a
is like
coloring page.
it's like a coloring page, and it's all your artwork, right?
Correct. So some of it, like that one, is actually a fabric print that I just pulled the color out of. And then some of them aren't fabric prints. I was just doodling into a color page. But yeah, so that's all. Every coloring page is my artwork.
Yeah, like you got this one for the notes.
Yeah,
so it's fun. It's like, even when I'm sitting here and I don't really feel like actually being a good business person, I can sit here and doodle while I'm on meetings.
Exactly. Oh, this is a flashback to teacher meetings when I'm not doing what I should be doing.
Exactly. Yes. Not that I was a teacher, but yes.
I think my focus group's favorite part was the project section.
I was just flipping to that.
So it's designed as if you're going to sell it, but even if you're not, you can use it to plan out your Christmas gifts or whatever it is that you're making, what it cost you, what do you need, where did you order from, when is it supposed to get to you?
Photos, you can sketch things. And it's nice, like if you're a cosplayer, you can put like all your materials you need to build your cosplay. If you're working on a maybe you're pattern designing and you want to figure out how to build that, you could use it for that. Yeah, exactly. You really could use it for so many different applications.
So one of our testers used it to plan like crafted lessons.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah, and I was like, as I was writing it, I was trying to make it as versatile as possible. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yes. I think the other one that folks will really love too is the pre-order section. Yes. How many of y'all forget your pre-orders and what you've done? So yeah, all of us. So at least now you can, and it's got a tracking number, and your turnaround. Every pre-order company does it differently on how long their turnaround time is, especially nowadays with bad shipping from across the world. So, and amount spent, I mean, I don't want to write that part down.
I mean, you can see I didn't.
Yeah, I don't want to write that amount.
I'm like, no, we're not going to talk about that.
Yeah, everybody's raising their hand and saying me. We all forget about our pre-order. So I think that's really cool.
And I think there's like a space accounted for like 170 pre-orders.
Because there's quite a few pages in here. And it says, because you could write down your retail too if you really wanted to use it for retail.
Right. And it's the specific pre-order section after that. It's like if you have a really big order that you need to remember exactly what you bought, then you can put that here.
Right.
And the other place you can put it, of course, is in like the specific project. What did you order for that?
Right.
Exactly. If you're one of those people who orders for a project, I'm not. I'm a hoarder. I just buy everything.
Yeah, I agree. And yeah, Alex, I agree too. It's like Christmas and they show up. You totally forgot about them. Oh, surprise! I got a present.
Oh. Yeah, I've done that. But then, sometimes you forget, and I've been burned by a couple companies.
Yeah.
Where I go back and I'm like, oh, that was a year ago. I guess that's not going to happen.
Yeah, exactly. And then the last section you've got, because we didn't talk about every section, but one of the last cool sections is the reference, and it does have like a lot of sewing based things. I love all the acronyms, because I didn't know what a UFO was for the longest time.
Right.
And the UFO is listed in here as unfinished object. So I thought that was hilarious. But there's a lot of other ones in here that I thought were good because they're like, oh, I wouldn't have automatically thought that's what it meant in the crafting community. So that's pretty neat too.
These were all the ones that I have come across in the last however many years I've been doing this. Right. And then I knew there would be more. So I left you space for when you find your own. You're like, oh, well, that's new.
Yes.
Because there will always be more and new. And then I just like the rest of the references, like really basic stuff that I think most experienced sewers already know. But because the planner is not supposed to be just for experienced people,
right?
I threw a bunch of stuff in there. So
I love it.
It's thick. It's a hardcover. So, and I will have magnetic bookmarks with me. So everybody that comes in and gets one of these will get to pick out their free bookmark too. So that's fun.
And did you want to talk about the price, like the difference between on your website and versus and So Magical?
So it's going to drop on November 4th, first day of So Magical. Online.
Yeah,
you're in Vendor Hall. Right. So it'll drop online on the 4th. You'll be able to come get it. It's So Magical on the 5th because I'm in Vendor Hall too. So I think I'm only in there on Saturday and Sunday.
Right.
And for that weekend, from the 4th to the 6th, in person at So Magical, it's only going to be $35.
Right. Which is a steal.
Online, it will be $40.
Uh-huh.
And then after the 6th, it'll go to its regular retail price, which will be $50.
Yeah. So it's definitely like a really good perk to be there at So Magical and come to the vendor hall too and check out your booth, all your goodies, including your planner.
Correct.
Yeah.
It'll be a lot of fun. I'll have stickers with me. I'll have all the products. I'll have the planners. We're going to have a make and take. It's going to be great.
Yeah. Lots to see and do for sure.
Yeah. I got my little make.
That's so cute. It's like little. Yeah. And so you can get that on the website beforehand or in the booth, right?
Correct. So my preference to you is if you want to get and make yourself a bag tag, is to purchase your kit in advance and pick it up. Just because I am coming from Utah. So if you order it in advance, it will be there with your name on it.
Yep, ready to go.
It is yours. And I'm hoping to have like a little space in the booth where you can work on it right there. You can take it to the 24-hour lounge. It'll have written instructions and a link to a video. If you're sitting in the booth, then, I'll be standing there. And I'll have extra. So if there's people who want to show up on the day of can get it, but like if I don't know you're coming, I could run out.
Yeah, exactly. Cool. All right. So I have one last question for you.
Okay.
I know I asked you earlier. Have you figured out what is your favorite item to sell yet?
No.
Everybody.
It's definitely hardware. I think probably my dragon hardware, just because it's my favorite to design, and it's so we have more coming after our space pre-order. So it'll probably be the first group in 2023. We'll have some new dragon stuff in it.
Nice. That'll be cool. Very cool. Was there anything else that you wanted to talk about or show us tonight?
I don't think so. Unless anybody has questions about the planner or anything like that. I'm gonna have lots and lots of products, so make sure you come into Vendor Hall too. Don't just like go on Friday.
No, don't worry. Most people are coming on Saturday.
I mean, so far.
Oh yeah. It'll be a hoot. And trust me, the folks that come, like the dedicated folks that are there all 3 days, they shop every day. Like some of them go multiple times back to the same place. Like they have strategies and they crack me up.
Hey, whatever works. I like it.
All right. Well, I don't see any questions coming in, but I really appreciate you coming on for your first wine and chat with us and your first time at So Magical. And I can't wait to see you in person in a few weeks.
Yeah. I'm not ready.
I understand that. It's going to be great.
I'm trying to be ready. I am not ready.
All right. Well, you have a great one and I will drop you down.
Okay.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Alrighty, y'all. I got one more. I've got one more vendor / teacher spotlight for y'all. We're gonna bring on Julie. Julie, you're ready down there? Okay. I'm gonna pop her up. Here's Julie from Off the Wall Quilt.
Hi.
How's it going?
It's good. We were gonna actually do this from our pool, and it started to rain. And so I can't take the computer
Out in the rain.
outside. We thought people might get a kick out of that, but no.
Yeah, I mean, the joys of Florida weather, and then we have a hurricane coming now too. What is this?
Yeah, that's really exciting. They just declared a state of emergency for the whole state.
Are you serious?
Yeah, just a little while ago. You missed it.
Oh, great. Wonderful. I'm supposed to fly next Thursday too.
Well, we're going to a show up in Fredericksburg, so we think we'll probably be driving back into the storm at some point. So it's kind of interesting. We're thinking, we have emergency supplies for the house, but what kind of emergency supplies should we take on the road with us in case we get stranded somewhere with no food and no electricity? Kind of a whole different thing to think about,
Not being stuck here, but being stuck not here.
Yeah. I always thought the worst thing would be being stuck at home, but then I'm like, oh no, it could be way worse.
Yep, exactly. Oh my
So
goodness.
I'll let you know how that goes.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
It'll be a good adventure.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, Lisa's gonna be at Disney next weekend. Good luck.
Oh, yeah, but the park clears out when the storms come.
Oh yeah, like I tell people the strategy is go into the park when it's raining.
Yeah.
Go into it and you're good to go. You can get on every ride.
We went last time when we were here and there was a hurricane. We went as soon as they reopened the parks and there was no one there. Now it was 96% humidity all day.
Yeah, I was like actually swimming in the air.
Yeah, but there was no line.
Oh my goodness.
So fun times.
I was gonna pull up. Okay, so we've done a wine and chat before, but some folks may not know you because they're new on here. So why don't you tell us what is and who is Off the Wall Quilt?
Okay, it is our company is owned by my husband and I, and then we have 3 people that work with us, and one's my daughter, and she came last year to Sew Magical Expo and is definitely going to come again this year. She had such a good time too.
She's coming back. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, Jen,
the whole little squad's going to be together again.
That's right. So we started out with angle play, which is a template system to make really cool looking quilts that look like they're really hard. If you click on Quilt Gallery, you can see some of those pictures. We're up on the top of the gallery. Yeah, up there. And this is the very first thing I learned as a new quilter. So I want people to make sure that they're not afraid of this. And you're like going, well, all I ever sewed was a mask, or, like the only thing I had sewed before this was I made balances for my house, because I go down to the department store and look at what I liked, and then I would go home and create it. I never knew there were patterns and stuff.
Yeah, that's a true crafty person right there. You can just look at it and make it.
Yeah. And drapes and balances are mostly just straight seams. So that's really all I had done. And then I stumbled onto angle play. So brand new, didn't know anything about it. So I am teaching an angle play class. And last I looked, I think there were still a few spaces. And
I believe there still is, yeah.
Yeah. And actually, I think that's good because I know sometimes people sign up late or they want to kind of check people out when they get to the show, and I'm okay with that. And last year we had fun in the classes, even when I discovered that people didn't even know how to sew, and we had a great time. So I'm totally comfortable with beginners, more advanced sewers. I'm really glad to talk to them about colors and what you can do with shapes. And so this is a fun class because people who don't even know how to quilt end up with something really cool. And there's actually several free patterns. And so if you click on the free pattern, if you visit our website, there's a couple things you can download, and they're all really super beginner friendly. I post them for people that want to learn about quilting. So they're all available.
Oh, yeah. The free one. That's cute.
That's angle play. This one is really funny. The blue one we call the new Calypso pattern. It is so easy. I often teach this as a super beginner class, but look how hard it looks and how complicated.
I know, because I was saying, I'm not like a quilter. So when I sit here and see this, I'm like, that does not look easy, Julie. But every time you tell me, you promise me it is. I walk out of these classes and I think like it's really hard. And I know these folks are not quilters that go into it, and they come out with like professional looking stuff. So I'm like, okay, I'm a believer. Julie can teach quilting to literally anybody. So
Well, this is a really fun one. So if you take the angle play, the simple angle play quilt that we're making at the expo, you could easily walk out of there and make this quilt.
And the angle play, you're doing something unique with that class too. We're going all over the place. We're just gonna skip around. Explain to me what's in the center. You're doing something unique there.
So I'm having people send me pictures ahead of time if they can, and we will be creating a border using quilt blocks, using angle play quilt blocks around that center. And it's a very simple block. It's just one block with two pieces in it, and we'll be teaching that. And then we'll be rearranging them, and people will just be amazed at what you can create by rearranging your pieces and your colors. But I'll also teach you in that amount of time enough that you could go home and make that quilt that we were just looking at. So yeah, then we put the fun picture. I've already gotten a bunch of pictures emailed to me, and they're really cool.
I'm excited.
Yeah, that fabric, we're going to be using the So Magical fabric. So
even better.
Yeah. So that'll be really fun. That's right. So if people decide they want to take a picture there, I think we can bring the whole setup so that we can print the pictures in the class.
Oh, even cooler.
Yeah, but I have 4 shows between now and when I see you in person.
In a few weeks, yeah.
So I have to, everything is lined up to be done at the right time. So
oh my goodness.
See how portable it is, but I think it is. So
okay. So that is the angle play side of what you do, because you have different facets.
Yeah, we do a lot.
If anyone doesn't know, when they go into the classrooms, you're going to see the bright rulers, which they're packed in the trailer right now. We're ready to. We're not ready, but we're getting ready to go. But your rulers are actually, for our classrooms, we're sponsored by y'all, and they're really neat. They have our logo on and everything. So if you want to touch and feel those and see those, you can see those in the classroom if you don't get to the vendor hall right away. But that's one aspect of what you do as well, right?
Yeah, we that's a big part of our business is we have 7 lasers, and so we're cutting stuff all the time. We cut all our own rulers that you see we do ourselves. And we decided a few years ago that in fitting with our name, we weren't going to sell the same rulers that everybody else sold. You know, everybody does rectangles and squares, and we have them, but that's not what we emphasize. We have things like manatees, and we're doing a house ruler right now, which is kind of common. Yeah, we have a cat, wine bottles, beer steins. I don't know anybody else that has that tool set.
Are you going to have the beer quilt?
Yes, I'll bring the beer quilt.
Yeah. Everybody stop in our booth and go look at the beer quilt. And the mug was made off of this this ruler, right?
Yeah, I think if you click on that beer, that one right there, I think it's on there. Here it is. No, there it is back there. Okay.
Yeah. So this is the beer quilt. Everybody comments in your booth.
Yes. And we had so much fun. My husband was with me when we decided to do beer steins, and so we were at the sewing studio. And we walked all over their store looking for fabric that looked like beer, not beer printed, but just the design on it looked like beer. Yeah. So this is really fun. There's, he can tell you it's an ale or it's an IPA.
Oh my God. Of course he could.
So that's fun. We do custom stuff all the time. There will be some vendors at the show that we cut their rulers and then we put their logos on it. So we work for some larger companies, but we work for a lot of small businesses, and we've got a pretty good startup program for someone who maybe has only written a few patterns or has never had their own templates or rulers. It's not expensive to place an order with us. We remember that when we started, we had to order thousands of pieces, and that was such a burden, and it really kind of stunted our growth for a while. So we'll never forget where we started, and you can get smaller amounts with us. Something to explore, and you can always talk to Rick about how to design stuff. If you don't know how to draw something, Rick's an engineer, okay? So he's not the most talkative person, but
you just go up to him and say hi and start talking to him. He will talk.
Yeah, but he just got actually somebody mailed a design they scribbled on a napkin to us.
And I'm sure it turned out amazing, didn't it?
Oh, he had it drawn within 24 hours and
Oh
sent
my
back. Yeah. Yeah. So it's kind of unique about us is that we not only have a laser expert and he's really good, but we have my husband who was an aerospace engineer for nearly 30 years.
Right.
So he's really into angles and measurements. Like, it's
Oh.
really good to have a geeky husband when you need a precise ruler.
Oh, look, somebody met you out in Madison, and they got to
Oh,
talk to you. I can't see your face or name, so I apologize.
yeah.
But that's super cool. That comes from
Yeah.
laser
We
engineers.
That's true. They do love napkin drawings. Yes, we have been meeting people all up and down the country at other shows who are coming to So Magical, and if they never heard of it, and we start talking to them, we give them one of the business cards. So
I know you take them with you everywhere. I have to give you some Tennessee ones for the slew of other shows you're going to too now.
yeah, because we definitely need them, and I've been recruiting some really great vendors and teachers that will hopefully join us. And
Oh yeah. Oh no, they all keep reaching out to me, and you know what they all say? Julie says we have to come to So Magical. Oh, Julie, I love you.
Tell me when you've had enough.
You just need to name a promoter. Like, and you go out and promote just as much as I do. I'm like, oh my goodness. Okay, so your rulers though feed into one more of your classes that you're doing because you're doing several classes. So it feed into another class you're doing.
It
Do you
does?
remember what you're teaching?
No, probably not, because that's, like I said, that's the 5th show in line now. So,
yeah, you teach at most of your shows too. Oh wait, I'm supposed to go to your website, not yours. Under the Sea.
Oh, duh. Sorry. Yes. That's funny. I was just working on the kits too. I'm teaching that. I'll probably teach that to 75 more students before I get to So Magical.
It's a popular one.
It is so much fun to teach too. Yeah, I don't know if I have any more pictures. So that's a picture of mine. We're not going to make one that big. This started off during the whole COVID thing. I decided I needed something to hang on our bedroom wall. And I lived on the San Andreas Fault in California for a while. Plus, most of my life I was in Seattle, and we did have earthquakes. And so I have this thing about not having anything heavy hanging over my bed.
Right.
Because at one point when I was in California, something fell off a lady's wall during an earthquake and gave her a concussion.
Oh, fun.
And you know how I don't know her, but you know how stuff like that sticks with you. So we can't hang anything over our bed that could kill us.
That's a smart thing to do, Julie.
I know. It's kind of a weird thing to say. But so anyways, but it was during the COVID thing and I had lots of time. So this, and I'll bring the real one, and it's 30 inches tall, and I think it's 12 feet long.
It's long. Like it's like 3 of me.
Yeah. So we're just going to make a small section, and what I'm going to do though is teach you the method. So you could go home and make a great big banner or any size or shape that you want, and you'll have all the skills to do that. Yeah. So I'm going to teach you 2 ways to get the shapes. We'll use the templates to get turtles and manatees, and we actually have sharks now. Everybody in my classes was saying we need sharks, and we actually have sharks. Yeah. And we have drumfish. I don't know why we have drumfish, but we have drumfish.
Drumfish. Okay.
My laser guy went a little crazy.
Can we hide like a little dinosaur along the bottom of the seaweed?
Oh yeah, and okay, I'll come back to dinosaurs in a minute. So, and I'm going to teach you how to cut freehand. And I've had so many people tell me they can't freehand anything, and they leave my class freehanding. So,
I need to take your class.
It's really fun. So I just love what my students come up with. Some of them have come up with like such great ideas. I may go and add their ideas to mine before I quilt it.
You were doing that at OSQE when I saw you're like, did you see what this lady did? I'm taking it. I took a picture.
Yeah. Exactly. So it's really, really a fun class. And like I said, you'll be able to go home and do it yourself. Now I was just up in Wisconsin. So I taught a different version, which was loons.
Oh.
So that was really neat. When the first time I taught it up there was 20 students. So it was kind of a busy class, but it's very quiet and peaceful in there. And people started sharing their loon stories. And it was really amazing where people have seen and interacted with loons or just observed them and telling us about babies. And they ride around on their mom and daddy's backs. And then the second time I taught it up, there was a small class, just 5 students, and they just kind of start sharing their personal stories. Loons are very unthreatening, because it's a real peaceful class, and it was like sitting there with 5 of your best friends and just talking and sharing, and everybody went out of there going, wow, I just feel so refreshed, and they made beautiful wall hangings at the same time. So that's kind of my style, is you're going to feel good about anything you do in my class, and I'm not going to let you fail. I never say anything negative. I've been told about so many negative teachers, and I just want to go strangle those people. I believe in you. I haven't had a failure in a class yet. One time I had a woman that we finally figured out the problem was, she was losing control of her hands, and she was so embarrassed and almost in tears. And the assistant in my class was real helpful. So I just went and got her a new kit, and my assistant sat next to her, and she left with the project done. And so that's as close as I've ever come to having a failure, and I was not going to let her fail. So that was really fun. It was really fun for me to be able to do that. She needed to be there more than anybody else in the class, and that was okay.
That's awesome.
So don't be scared to take my classes.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
Yeah. So dinosaurs.
Yeah, tell us about dinosaurs. We love dinosaurs at So Magical.
So we're gonna release 2 new sets of templates, and our templates can be used in quilting. They can be used to trace around, and they're pretty. You can also set them up in a window, and the light makes the edges glow, and they don't fade for a really long time. And I say for a really long time because I'm sure at some point they will, but mine haven't yet. So we're gonna be probably sneaking some dinosaurs in, and I heard something about a dragon or 2 also.
Yes.
So
Dragons and dinos are a hit right now. I'm excited.
Yeah, so lots of fun stuff. We're kind of unusual. Last year it kind of caught me off guard. I didn't realize there wasn't anybody else there really doing quilting. So we'll understand that better. But I also want to ask you a question, Kayla.
Of course.
I was talking to my friend who's going to be helping us at the show, especially when I'm teaching and stuff. And she's really good at quilting, and she's taught. She loves to do English paper piecing. I don't know if you know what that is.
Yes. I've recently taken a class myself on it. I've
Okay.
learned something new.
So we were thinking that maybe for the make and take in our booth,
Oh yeah.
that she would do she just teach the basics of it, and then you could buy a starter kit. So you don't have to bring anything if you're curious about that. We'll have a little kit you can buy after you try it if you want to. And the cool thing is it's something you could take to a lecture. You could sit in the lounge and do it. Okay, so Kat's excited. Good.
Yes. I will say, so I went to a convention. It was a fandom convention, Dragon Con, and of course Famore managed to get classes into this massive convention, of course, right?
Yeah, Brent's right.
And he one of the classes that they included was English paper piecing, and people have told me before, like, why don't we add that as a class? And I'm like, I'm gonna be honest, I don't even know it. I don't know what it is. And I hear quilting, and like, me, you've been convincing me you can make quilting modern and fun, and that's what we're really about, right? Making it modern and fun, bringing back skills into every age group. And so I was like, all right, I'm gonna take this class because it was in the shape of R2D2.
Oh.
It was a hexagon. It was so cute. So I'm like, okay, fine. I'm sold. When I'm sitting there on the couch and I'm like tired of working, I just pull it out. I do my little gluing, and then I'm just it's so relaxing. So I'm a believer now. So yes, let's bring an EPP class. They can take to your booth. I love it.
Good. And then, she has moved down here to near us actually. So I was thinking, for next year, maybe she could teach some classes on paper, the English paper piecing and stuff. She's a really good teacher.
We always love adding teachers. Oh, she requested a D20 pattern. Do you know what a D20 is?
No, sorry.
It's Dungeons and Dragons. You're going to have to look it
up. Okay, I'll look. Yeah.
Or a Death Star from Star Wars.
So we have, I don't know if I have one right now. Oh, I do. We make ice balls, to put in our drinks. And we have one that's a Death Star, a mold.
I love that.
So we usually go to the Death Star in our cups. Mine is so small you can't see it anymore. But
oh yeah. And I agree with Mariana. Lately, when I've been traveling quite a bit myself, and I'm either bringing my EPP that I haven't finished yet because I'm slow and whatever, but or I bring crocheting. So those are my two things. Like I don't need a machine, and I can just like it's relaxing. And if I don't finish it, I don't finish it. It's okay.
Right. And that's the fun thing. It's so portable. So yeah, I think that will be fun. And like I said, she'll show you the basics, and then you can take a little kit with you if you want to. And what we're going to have, we always have products that go with it. So we're actually going to make some 2 sizes of hexagons, I think, that you can easily trace. But now I'm looking at people wanting some other shapes, and I hadn't even thought of that. So I will look into that. And you can tag me on So Magical, or you can come to our Off the Wall Quilt Facebook page and say, hey, Julie, I want you to look at this shape. And we will always look at it. Now, we're super careful about copyright. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And I know some of you guys have contacted me, and I'm like, no, somebody else owns the pattern or that shape. So I don't do that. But as much as we can accommodate, we absolutely will. And it's way more, it's way more fun than the traditional quilters I usually work with that want a 7.5-inch square or a 2.5-inch circle. We have those.
Oh, nice.
They're kind of boring.
Somebody's got to have it.
Yeah. And I was going to say too about meetings. I used to run H&R Block franchises, and I had this one woman that worked for me, and she'd come to the meetings, and she'd sit in the back usually, and she would knit. She's a really good knitter. And a couple of people were really offended, and they came to me and said, you should tell her not to do that. And I said, she's probably listening better than any of you.
Oh, yeah.
And then I told her, stop hiding in the back. Come up to the front with that.
Yep. I mean, I'm the same way.
Too.
When we went into like a very work from home type environment, I was like, oh, this is great. I can sit here and I can fold my laundry. I can crochet. I can do all these little things with my hands. I'll be cutting out patterns and stuff while I'm on a meeting. But guess what? I'm there. I'm talking. I'm listening. They hear a little clinking every now and then. That's okay.
That's right. Well, when I used to have to do all kinds of meetings, thank goodness it was before Zoom, because I was never doing what they thought I was doing, or I guess people thought I was doing. Yeah. I feel sorry for you guys. I have to be on video all the time.
Oh, yeah. Almost done.
Yeah.
Oh, so. Apparently they want an EPP gathering at So Magical now. This cracks me up. Apparently you have unleashed a whole subculture now of EPPers at So Magical. I'm always surprised by what comes out when like one person says something, medical field, one person mentioned it, and like we find out like half the people are in the medical profession. So it always cracks me up. I'm like, I'm always waiting. What's the next surprise we're gonna have?
Ew, fun. Yeah, I thought maybe we should have a spontaneous crochet and knitters meet up in the lobby.
I like it. Let's do it. Like all hang out by the waterfalls and just
handwork, because we could do EPP there too.
Yeah, you can do EPP, you can do cross stitch, hand embroidery. I like it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
What's
Okay.
you were gonna say? You want some drinks? Yes, please. And dessert. And dessert. Oh man.
Good.
Oh my gosh. There's like whole side conversation. I love it. Okay, so we didn't even get through like your whole website. Okay, so what else do you sell and bring to So Magical and all your other shows?
Well, we're gonna do things a little different for So Magical, because so much of what we do at the other shows is for traditional quilters. But like this sunflower on the front of here is a method called less than traditional. I would have called it more than traditional, but that's just how I am. But we bought this from someone else. And it's making a very traditional quilting block called an orange peel that you make with circles. And it can be really challenging. If you click on I don't know which one, the books maybe. Yeah, click on that one. Those are some of the things we can make, pillows and some fun stuff. And most of our samples right now were made by the lady that invented this, and she really liked traditional stuff. Well, I'm not much of a traditionalist, so all our new stuff is very modern looking, and it makes something again that looks really hard super easy, because to do these orange peels, you have to have 3 perfectly matched circles, and all your circles and the whole thing have to be the same size. Well, that's not as easy as it sounds. But this woman named Charlie came up with a way that does make it that easy. And again, it's something I could easily teach beginners. Now, I'm not teaching it this year because I was still learning it when we signed up for classes.
Yes.
But probably in some of the other expos, I'll probably sign up to start doing that.
Cool.
Because again, it's something that in a 2.5-hour class, I think you could make a whole placemat.
Oh,
Or
wow.
table runner, and then you could take it home and it's something you could repeat. I always want what I teach you to be repeatable when you get home. And I know there's a lot going on, so I'll have instructions. I'll probably try to do a specific video for that project, although you don't really need it once you learn the method. But
Nice.
so that's a big part of what we do. So angle play, less than traditional. These quilt design rules are a big deal for us, but that kind of, if you're not a quilter, they don't make a whole lot of sense. It's a big it's a big piece of flannel in a square that stands up by itself. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So super helpful. And we have the patent on that, and we put those together right here in Florida. So we're the only ones that make a freestanding portable wall. That one that you're looking at folds up into a little tiny black bag that weighs 3 pounds. Yeah.
That's awesome.
So really easy to take.
I feel like that's versatile for more than just quilters, like bag makers. All the pieces that we have to like put all over the place, or clothes and things. I don't know. I think it's very versatile, and I think it's really cool. And I think there's so much you could do with this. But yeah, you're right. It's geared towards quilters, right? Piecing all your blocks together and things like that. But we're finding out we have a lot of folks that are getting more into quilting, because then they're taking it and they're transitioning it into other things that they sew and make. Handbags, clothes like jackets and stuff have become really big now. So it's really neat to see how people are taking these different medias and combining them together.
Yeah. So those are the big ones. We've got some other little stuff, like somebody posted today about having an ambidextrous cutting mat.
Oh yes, that's she's on here I think right now. That's Alma, who is So Awesome Supplies.
So I need the details. I searched her website and I could not find it, because I am ambidextrous. And so I knew exactly where I thought she was going with it, but I want to verify. And my husband said, "What difference does it make?" And I'm like, "Oh, you don't get it."
No, you don't get it. Or if you're a left-handed person,
yes,
you don't get it.
Yeah. So one of the things, we carry a few notions or tools especially for quilting, but for sewing. And so they're all tools that I use. They're my favorites. And one of them is, we have a rotary cutter that works super well with both hands. And that's the second reason why I like it so well, is because I do switch hands when I'm cutting. Sometimes it's more convenient to cut on the left than the right, and I switch. The first reason I like it is because the safety automatically goes on it.
Oh, nice.
Because I'm dangerous. So
yes.
But yeah, having a rotary cutter that you just flip over is just so much easier. And so yeah, I'm really excited about her cutting mat, and I'll be checking that out. But
I believe there's one en route to me, so when I get it, I will also share a picture with you.
Good.
But she's talked to me about it, and it's really neat. It's meant for both lefties and righties. And I have this issue all the time with my cutting mats, that the numbers are never the way I need them to. So I have extra rulers on the sides of my mat, so I can actually tell what's going where. And she said, "You're a lefty, aren't you?" And I'm like, "Yes, but did I say this one time? I don't know how you know this," but it's like, "Yes, I'm a lefty." And she's like, "Okay, I have this mat. I have this idea." And she's been working on it for a while. So I'm very excited for this.
Good. Well, and I'll tell you too that you mentioned Brent from Famore, scissors and blades and stuff. And we have his rotary cutting blades, and I think we have some of their scissors. But I thought I had found this great pair of scissors finally that worked both right and left-handed. So I tell him I have some ambidextrous scissors, and he said, Julie, that's impossible. They cannot work. So he gives me this whole explanation of how scissors really work. And he said, that's why they're either left-handed or right-handed. And I go, well, how come it works in both my hands? And he said, you trained your brain.
To make it work.
So I've only been cutting left-handed with that one pair of scissors. So since he told me that, I came home and I've tried my other scissors, and sure enough, they're all both-handed now.
Yeah, of course they are. I know. I got their left-handed. They had left-handed duckbill scissors.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You can't find duckbill scissors
No.
anywhere for left-handed people, and I about flipped out. I'm like, Brent, how did I not know? And they're coming out with, you know how they have the really cool colored scissors?
Yeah.
And the different sizes and different shapes. They're coming out with that for a left-handed series, and I'm like, I need the teal ones as soon as they come out, please. Yeah.
So I'll make sure that I get a hold of some of their cool scissors. We buy from them, so I'll bring some to Expo. And yeah, I'll see them next week, and I can't wait to try some of their specialty left-handed scissors too, because I just tend to cut with whichever hand I need to,
Yeah.
Or sometimes whichever one I lay the scissors down on. And so yeah, I can't wait to see that too. But yeah, I'll bring some. I'll see if I can get a hold of some of his cool scissors.
Oh yeah, he's got good stuff. Yeah, and unfortunately they can't make it to Florida or Texas. They're already signed for other shows, but we're hoping, it sounds like in the future, another show or two they might be able to come, which we're excited about.
Yeah, and they sharpen scissors, and bag makers need a scissor sharpener. That's for sure.
Oh, yeah. And at the shows, because if you buy from Maury Scissors, they sharpen them for free for life. So if you see them at another show, you can bring your scissors, but then they sharpen other brands too. Mm-hmm. Do they have left-handed pinking shears? I know they have pinking shears, and they will sharpen the pinking shears.
Which they will?
Oh, wait. Now don't quote me, because now I'm second-guessing myself.
Okay, well, I'm going to see them next weekend, so I'll check on pinking shears. I will check on left-handed, and I'll let you guys know, and I'll order some if they have them, and I'll bring them. So for the next two shows, then, I'll bring Florida stuff. I can do that. So.
Yeah. Oh, yes. I would love that. Britt knows I'm like begging. I'm like, no, just cancel your other shows. Yeah. Just come out with us. We're way more fun. I got to hang out with them for a whole weekend at Dragon Con, and it was a blast. They're just
aren't they fun?
Oh my god. Yes. And then so you've got all your rulers and your neat shapes and all these cool, different, unique ways to quilt. So that's why, the name Off the Wall Quilt, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. And my classes are a little quirky too. I'm not there to give you a bunch of rules. I'm there to set you free and to find, even people that tell me they've never done anything creative in their life, I can surprise them. So.
Yeah. And everybody loved your classes last year. So there are seats available. There's one more class we didn't talk about, but that's the can. Oh, you got it in front of you. Yeah, even better. It was better than a picture.
It is. I like this size because your water bottle or a travel cup fits in the middle. So I'm not knocking mine over all the time. I don't know about you, but when I'm working, my hands are flying.
Everywhere. Yeah.
And this is made from 2 pieces of fabric. It's fun to make. They're quick. And if you do crafts, shows where you sell stuff, you're welcome to make them to sell. It's a really good seller.
Oh, nice.
And people were asking me because they can't get into the class now, it's full. And so I'm bringing a huge pile of patterns, and I might just be making some of these in the sewing lounge. And we're going to bring extra kits. So when you come to my classes, I always try to have everything you need. I don't want you running around looking for a specific brand or something that you've never used before. So you're going to get a complete kit. So we're planning on bringing a whole bunch of extra kits. So if you want to give it a try in the sewing lounge or something, if you have any issues, we'll be there all weekend. We can't go anywhere. We're vendors. So you can always come and ask for help.
Yeah. And then I think what we're going to do for the So Magical Lounge too is we're going to have a whiteboard on the front of it where we're going to have, like, if any teacher like you wants to go in there and say, like, hey, I'm in here and I'm going to be here till this time and we're going to work on this, or I'm just here to help, or whatever it is, you can write your name, and then that way they can walk by and like, oh, wait, I didn't get in that class. Julie's in there. Let me go hang out with her. So it'll be great because I think the folks that didn't get into some of the classes or didn't get as many as they want, now they have this opportunity to go hang out and talk to you amazing teachers that are going to be there. Yeah, Kat, sorry I didn't tell you about that. Kat is our resident So Magical Lounge teacher. She's in there almost the entire weekend. during like show hours. And so yeah, sorry, I meant to tell you about the whiteboard.
Surprise. So the other thing is I'm excited that it's open when it is because I'm kind of a late night sewer myself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Get my best work done between 10 and 2 a.m. You know, it's like
when nobody can sleep and you're just like, but I want to be creative right now.
yeah, and you know, things in my life don't usually settle down until that time of night. So that's kind of my prime time. So that will be really fun. It's good to know Kat will be there and
Yes.
be available. So I'll tell students too to make sure they go in there and ask questions. What a great opportunity for everybody to get to ask all the questions they want. And you guys should learn everything you can. I'm so jealous I can't take any classes because I'm always working, but
We're always busy here.
yeah. But they sound great.
Oh yeah, and there's a lot of people just like Alex who's out on they're from the West Coast coming out, so they're also on a 3-hour difference, so they're up. I walked in there last year and there were folks that were in there at like 2 a.m. and I'm like, what are y'all doing awake? They're like, what are you doing awake? I go, I'm working. What are you doing? You have an 8 a.m. class, don't you? They're like, we don't care. We just want to sew all weekend. I'm like, all right, y'all have fun.
Good. They're gonna wear me buds. That'll be fun. And I do know how to do a few other things. I have made some bags, so sometimes I can answer an easy question. I love it when people say to me, "I'm sure this is really a stupid question," and I always say, "Good, I can answer those." I'm good with stupid questions. My favorite kind. Don't ask me a hard question. Goodness.
Yeah, I understand that feeling. Oh my goodness. Well, so and then can I say you're gonna be at some other shows as well?
Oh, please do. Yeah,
Okay,
we're so excited.
yeah, so if you can't make Florida or you can't make one of Julie's classes in Florida, she's coming out to Texas in February with us and Tennessee, right?
Yes.
Yes. Oh no, I saw it on your website. You had us listed for both already. I'm like, that's awesome. Look at that. Like, I don't even know if I have you announced yet, but you have it on your website, so you're ahead of me.
Well, I got a reminder today that I didn't do all my paperwork, so I'll do that this weekend.
Oh, hey, I appreciate it. There's a lot going on. You've got shows going on left and right. So, but thank you so much, Julie, for hanging out with us. Did you have anything else that you wanted to share with us tonight?
Last time we had a hurricane, I designed a hurricane quilt, so we may have another hurricane quilt coming next week. We'll see.
Oh, yeah, share it in the group. We want to see it. Hi, Rick. Is it Rick?
There's
Jen.
No,
it's Jen. Hey, Jen. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good. This is Julie's daughter. She hangs out with us too.
And she'll be my assistant in my classes too. So.
Yes. Are you going to do the Harry Potter sorting? Did you see we added that?
No, I didn't. I'm gonna have to take a look again.
It's too late. It's full.
It's full, but you can come hang out.
I'll sneak in.
Yeah, you gotta come decked out.
Anyway, so.
Oh yeah, I mean, same. The cool people don't need to get sorted already, but it is what it is. Oh, it's good seeing you.
It was good seeing you too.
So she'll be there next month. Yeah.
All right.
This month. It's next month. 2 months.
It's in November.
Don't push it. We're not in October yet.
I have all these shows before I get there, so okay.
All right. Well, I'm gonna keep talking about So Magical stuff, but we can't wait to see you in Florida, and then all the other.
Yeah, I will be there.
All right. We'll see you later, Julie.
Okay. Thanks a lot.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, y'all, hang out with me just a little bit longer. Yeah, Kat, everybody does know I'm a Slytherin because Slytherins are the cool people. Just saying. Yes, Jen is super awesome. I don't know who's commenting on here, but hello. Yes, Jen is awesome. She was super helpful. Maybe it's Melanie. I don't know. But this is also, I think she was part of the reason why we all discovered there was a Build-A-Bear that had Harry Potter based clothing inside the Gaylord that you could go to. I think she showed up with sorry, there's a thing in the house. Oh, it's Donna. Hey, Donna. I think it was a baby Yoda dressed in Slytherin. I think that's what it was. It was great. All right. So I had a couple things to talk about. I know we did a double feature vendor teacher spotlight. So I hope y'all enjoyed that. We might have to do another one or two of those just because we're getting to crunch time. And, you know, all the vendors are excited and the teachers are excited to be coming out and they just want to talk to y'all and share off all their goodies they're going to be bringing. So one of the things I wanted to talk about real quick was swag is opening tomorrow for So Magical. We finally got it to a good point to where it's coming out. So I have some of the things that I wanted to show y'all. If you wanted to see, do y'all want to see? Let me know. If not, then we can skip it and talk about other things. But oh, it was a toothless with Slytherin robes. I apologize. Somebody else got a Baby Yoda though, I swear. But you got the toothless with Slytherin. That's right. That was super cute too. All right. So one of the biggest requests that is going to be on the website for swag. Yeah. Okay. Alex says she wants to see. So does Lynette. Okay, good. Y'all want to see it. One of the biggest requests that we get for swag, and why isn't it on the website yet, is the duckies, which cracks me up. So we're going to list the duckies, and I have 5 that I was going to put up. I technically have a 6th one that nobody has yet. It has not come out yet because it was supposed to be for Texas, and I don't know, maybe I'll drop it early. Okay, so we have the original black ducky. Everybody loves the black ducky. He's solid. He's going to be on the website. And then, of course, the secondary releases that we had were the purple and the silver. The silver we may or may not ever order again, just because we gotta love our suppliers here. But look at that. It's like subtle, so magical, right? But the purple's the popular one. So we've got those folks, and then ones that have never been on the website, but some folks have these because we've given out a couple of them. Is the gold and the teal ducky. This is the or the Florida blue. I don't know why I call it Florida blue, but it's the teal ducky, and he's my favorite. He comes with me all over. I actually need to put one in my truck. This is mine because he had a little issue. Purple sits on my desk at work. Oh, I love it. Yeah, I think Sewing Studio has the purple one on their register, or a black one. I can't remember. But yeah, so we've got these folks. And then the only other one nobody's seen yet is the navy blue one. It is a different blue. It's a navy, and it's not as dark as the black. It's actually noticeable that it's navy. But the navy one is for the Texas one. And we're not going to have it on the website, but I have 2. I technically have 3 colors coming, but only 2 are going to be for sale. Per the Patreon group's request, we did a poll, and it was shocking how many folks all were on the same like wavelength on what color they wanted. It's going to be a fluorescent pink and a fluorescent green. They like coordinate together. They're super cute. And I have one more color coming, but it's going to be a special thing for our vendors and teachers and our staff. If y'all know, if you've been to So Magical, I wear a very bright orange shirt. And yes, my staff will all be wearing bright orange shirts this year, and also Magicals. Much to many of their demises, or I don't know the way to say it, but they're not all happy about it. That's okay. But yes, fluorescent orange is coming for those who are working So Magical. So I'm excited. Yeah. So we've got navy as well. So I was contemplating whether or not, I don't have a picture of him yet. So he may be listed, but not photographed. So those are the duckies. Of course, those are coming on. Yes. 80s vibes. Hey, the 80s and the 90s are back. Let me tell you. Okay. I'm glad y'all like it. Yeah. Oh, no, you agreed to it, Kat. You're wearing orange. Okay. So, next is going to be, I'll show, next will be fabric. I don't have all my fabric. I didn't want to pull one of every. We have 11 different, we have 11 different fabric designs that were on the pre-order. I do not have every design on every base available. I have what we had left over from the pre-order, and after the teachers snagged up some for class kits, as Julie said, she's using some for her class. Lindsay made the Steffi bag is going to use some So Magical fabric. I believe there's 1 or 2 others potentially. But yeah, so lots of really great So Magical fabric will go up. There's a lot of great bases. One of the most popular ones is vinyl. So I decided to just pull the vinyl. So this is one of the designs. This is our hibiscus fabric on the white background. Right now we only have the white and background, but there's some other colors in the work. We're hoping to get those ready for the next pre-order drop, which will be hopefully before So Magical, but it may not be. And this is the ducky fabric. And with it, it's a black background, and so he's one of my favorites. But we've got the shades of red, we've got the French rat, we've got the original So Magical bubble fabric. It only is in the black background with the logo, the white background with the logo, and then the bubbles currently only have the black background. I know a couple folks wanted it with the white background. We're gonna put that on the pre-order. We did not have any remaining from after the pre-order, so we will get that on the next round. Only if I get blue too. Okay, you can get blue too, that's fine. So we have lots of bases from the vinyl. We have waterproof canvas, cotton woven, cotton lycra, bamboo lycra. There's a couple in the board short. There's swim. I can't think of the other ones we have. There's a couple other, but there's a lot. There's a lot. So those are all up. Next we have hoodies. Hoodies are going to go live. This is how I fold them. That's my favorite way to fold them. So this is the purple. I don't know if it does it justice, but this is the purple. We do have a good chunk in purple. And all the apparel, I will preface this, all the apparel is considered an ongoing pre-order. So if we have it in stock, which we have quite a bit in stock right now, we will make it and we'll ship it out within 1 week. However, if we don't have it in stock, but you're able to purchase it, which means I can get it from my supplier, it may take me a week to get it in-house, and then we will make it. So we say it's ongoing pre-order. The latest it will ship is 2 to 3 weeks from when you order it. But if we have it in stock, we'll make it right away. That being said, we suggest you don't order your apparel with your other swag items like fabric and duckies or whatever else, unless you're willing to wait to get everything in one package till later, because we'd have to ship 2 packages if you wanted one part immediately. So if you do order it all together, you will have to wait. Hopefully we have things in stock and we can just make your apparel right away. These are all pullover hoodies. All the pictures are up on the website. I can share that with y'all real quick. Okay, well, you can't see everything yet, but we're starting. We're not everything's added to the website just yet. We are, sorry for anybody this gives Blair Witch Project. If you go to the shop, well, we don't have everything up, as you can tell. But if you go under swag right now, everything's protected. You can't get into it till tomorrow. But the hoodies are pullovers. And this is one of my favorite hoodie designs that I've come up with. It's sewing machines in the shape of Christmas tree. The best way to order that one is order it on the forest green. It is the best. It is so cute. These got really, really popular as gifts for folks last year. So we have that up on the website now, and we do have green hoodies in stock. We have, I think, up to 3X maybe, or 3 or 4X. I can't remember, but we go up pretty high in sizes on the hoodies, which is really nice that we can get those. So this is the green, it's forest green. We got purple. My favorite color, it's sapphire, but it's teal. We're going to call it teal. So this is the blue. Love this one. By popular request, we got pink and we have black. I think in a couple sizes, we're able to get a charcoalish gray, but not every size. So if you don't see it listed, it's because the supplier is kind of weird with those. Oh, yes. Joggers. Yes. Oh, they're in the bottom of my bucket, cat. Hold on. I don't have the joggers, these printed off yet, but they will be before they ship to you. So we've got a good chunk of joggers in stock. These are super duper uber soft joggers. They're true to the hoodies and the joggers are true to size. So I wear a medium in joggers. They fit me perfectly. And I'm currently like, this t-shirt is a large t-shirt. I'm fluctuating between medium and large, but my hoodies I'm wearing between a medium and large right now too. So true to size. They have pockets in the joggers. Okay. And they are they got the cuff on the bottom. So these are my favorite type. I bought probably 6 different types of brands and types of joggers before we found the ones that fit both tall people and people my height. Fit curvy, fit unisex, because my husband has a pair as well, and he wears them. So yes, and then so these come. There's no design choice. These come with So Magical Expo down the leg. So those are really nice, and it's a fun little comfy swag. They're probably the most soft jogger. They're like a fleece lining on the inside, but not like too thick. So those are Les joggers that are coming out. And the design that you see on the photo is the one. My t-shirt this is a unisex v-neck, yes, that I'm wearing. We don't currently have t-shirts listed for this retail drop. We will have some t-shirts available in the swag booth at Expo, but right now we don't have any currently available for the retail. So and then the last thing, and again, I should have brought one that was already printed on. The last thing is, of course, our popular Spirit jerseys. This is our most popular. This is the black glitter, and no, it is not itchy glitter. Anybody who has one, you can comment and tell them I'm telling the truth here. It's not itchy. It's very soft. And it's a lightweight. It's a Florida long sleeve. It's not a heavy long sleeve. Like, you go to Disney and you get your Spirit jerseys and they thick. These are not. These run big, I would say. I can still wear comfortably a medium, even though I'm fluctuating between a medium and large right now. And it's still baggy on me. So these run pretty big. They are like a Spirit jersey where they've got that seam. I don't know if you can see it along the middle. And these come with, you'll see it on the photos, across the back, like a normal Spirit jersey. We put So Magical Expo across the back. That's standard. But on the front, you get to choose what design you want. And it's black magic. Yeah, it's not like glitter. The fibers have like sparkly in it. I don't know how they do it, but it's really cool. So we have this, and I'll show you all the designs that we have currently available. But yeah, it's super pretty. So black glitter is one. We have regular black glitter. I will show you this real quick. We do have navy, and the navy is very close to the black. Unless you put them like that, looks black until you put it next to the black. So the navy is very, very dark. What is a Spirit jersey? I highly suggest looking up, Google what a Spirit jersey is. It's just a long sleeve t-shirt. It's a long sleeve shirt. And just the style of it is oversized. The picture of the me and the joggers right here, that's actually a different type of, it's a Spirit jersey I can't get in stock anymore. But it's that style. It's very loose. It has it's like a drop shoulder long sleeve, and they're super, super comfortable. But that's what, and here, you can see them off to the side here. These right here are, those are the Spirit jerseys on the girls. And those are 2 different sizes. I believe that's a small and a medium, respectively. So, and then I'm wearing in mine a medium. Yes, thank you, Kat. It's based on the nostalgic football jersey style from the 60s. Yeah, I think what we buy is a different name, but Spirit jerseys are the name that you often see it, like Disney uses. On top of that, we have 5 more colors that we can get in stock consistently from our suppliers. Yeah, Disney gets a lot of money from I've gotten one and it was like over $80. So these are some of the other colors. I went a little crazy ordering this time. If I could get them, I bought them. So this is our pink, our royal blue, this is our mint, And this is listed as orange, but it's really like a coral color. If you see the pictures of the Tennessee announcement, I'm wearing this color in that. And then this is our Maui blue. Maui blue is my absolute favorite. But yeah, so pink, royal, mint, orange, and Maui blue. So yeah, lots of colors to choose from, on top of the navy, the black, and the black glitter that you can choose from. I believe in maybe 1 or 2 sizes. We have, it will not be available for ongoing pre-order, but we have it available. There's a couple that have like a charcoal gray, and those are really nice too. I have some of those personally, and those are nice, but we can't always get them for all the sizes, and they're kind of finicky, so we don't list them for everything. But that's all of those. So I'll show y'all. If I remember the password, let me, I'll stop sharing real quick, and let me see if I can get on, and I can show y'all what the designs are and how this is all going to work. Yes, I took it down because you never know what pops up anymore. Okay, cool. Add to stream. Okay. So if you go on here, this is what it's going to look like when you go in. Thank you. So you go on here and you're going to select your size, whatever size you are. So I would get a medium, and you're going to select which color you want. Let's say Maui blue. And then you're going to click from our, well, technically 22 different options. There will be more once we get the Tennessee and the Texas designs finalized, and the cruise ones. The cruise ones are cute too. But if you go on here, if you slide over, these are all the designs listed by number. So these are all the ones we had last year. A lot of folks were saying, is it coming back? Yes, all the designs we had last year are coming back. It's Fine is probably one of my favorite one, with the sewing machine on fire, number 5. Hands down, one of my favorites. That I don't know. I was sleeping one night, and I think we had me and my friends had talked about something like it, and then I said, "Oh, I was like, I don't know what I want it to really look like," and it took several times to get a designer, because I am not an artist, so I hire the really talented people to make things. But here's a few new ones that we have. I put them on a gray background because some of them are white. I couldn't. Anything you see here, you can get the colors flopped between black and white depending on the color of spirit jersey you get. So if you get a black spirit jersey but you want the sewing hair don't care, we're going to make it in white so it pops, it stands out. And you can leave things in the notes, but just know that we intuitively know not to put black onto black. So this is kind of what it looks like. Anybody remember the recalcitrant sewist conversation that we had? I think it was on a wine and chat or something. It's hilarious, but look up what recalcitrant is, and it matches sewist. But look how cute this is. It's got a little seam ripper with our hibiscus stuff on it. That was adorable. Then we've got mafioso. That's a new one that had been in discussions after last Sew Magical. If you want just the Sew Magical logo on, you can get that as well. And then we added some cruising ones just because we do have folks who are going on the cruise, but also who just like sewing and cruising. So these aren't the Sew Magical cruise logos, but they're pretty nifty. You can also get your Florida swag early if you want. So these are all the Florida ones. If you've seen some of the lives, I've been wearing these. The circle one is my absolute favorite. So you can grab these early and can have Florida swag when you arrive. And then here's that Christmas tree one I was telling y'all about. That's made of sewing machines, little vintagey sewing machines, super cute. So these are all the options, and you can get all these options on a spirit jersey or a hoodie. Those are the 2 types of apparel that you can add these to. Currently, we're going to add t-shirts and tank tops in the future, but right now this is what we're going to drop. Trying to think what else I was going to tell y'all about that. But yeah, and all this will be available at Sew Magical as well in the swag booth. we'll have our printer and all the ability for us to make these live for you as well. You just come in, you order it, pay for it, and then we'll tell you when it's going to be done, and our team whips these out and has them ready to go for you. But oh yeah, as you can see here, this is the back of the spirit jersey. Across the back it says So Magical Expo, so you can have some cool swag. As you can see here on Terry Joe's, you got So Magical Expo right across the back. It's really fun. So yeah, so that's what that looks like. So I'm excited for all that dropping. Oh, the one last thing, and I wasn't sure if I should add it or not. I don't have a huge stock of it, but I was thinking, I don't know if y'all want them or not, or if I should just bring them to So Magical. I still have pins and magnets of, one is the So Magical Expo logo and one's the squad. They're labeled if they're a pin or a magnet. The pin is what it is. It's a pin. Oh wait, I'm pulling out the magnet right now. Definitely need the recalcitrant toes. Yeah, that one's hilarious. I love that one. Okay, so if anybody, Lauren sells these, and no, I'm not original. I got the idea from Lauren, and I talked to her before I did it. But this is our So Magical Squad design. It's got the big old hefty duty magnet on the back. Comes with a little tiny magnet because that's how it sticks onto the card on the inside of the bag. But then the pin is essentially the same enamel plating. It's just got 2 prongs on the back and the little holders. So, oh my gosh, what time is the drop tomorrow? You're gonna ask me this. I'm not gonna know off the top of my head. Somebody go look at the Facebook post and tell me. I either said 5 or 7. Let me look real quick and I'll tell you. You'd think I know this off the top of my head. I'm talking about it too tonight, right? So somebody find it while I'm sitting here doing this. Oh, here it is. 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Kathy. So you'll have to translate that to wherever you're going to be driving. Did the Maui blue match the hibiscus fabric? That's a good question. Let's find out. It's pretty close, I would say. And it depends on the background you get. And there's shades of blue inside the hibiscus fabric. Okay, let me turn this down. Okay, can you see it better now? Maybe. Okay, so there's shades of blue, right? I think it would match like the darker one, maybe. But if you look at the ducky hibiscus, which is again the same hibiscus fabrics, floral. There's blues in there, so they're pretty close. And yes, for those who wonder why I don't have a purple spirit jersey, because I know y'all would love that. They do not. I have not been able to get them to have any in stock. I think the only size I've seen is extra small. But fun story, I'm going to be, fingers crossed, with this hurricane. I'm going to be in Dallas-Fort Worth in Texas next week for a show called Impressions Expo, and it's meant for garment designers and things like that. And the people I actually buy the spirit jerseys from, not directly, but they're the company who makes them. They're going to be there, so I'm hoping to talk to them and get them to get their stuff together and come out with some good colors so we can bring them to So Magical. So I'm going to talk to them there. I'm excited. There's a Melco booth there, so if anybody on YouTube follows Angelina Jasmina, she's going to be there, and I'm excited. I want to try to get her to come to So Magical. So if anybody follows her, I'm stoked. I'm gonna. It's like when I met Lauren for this first time. I'm like, I've been watching you on YouTube forever. So it's exciting. Okay, I won't say that, Cherish. I'm going to make it to Texas next week. Ain't worried about hurricanes until Waffle House closes. Yeah. And I've got a good flight time too. So we're thinking we're gonna be okay to get out. So that'll be good. It'll be good. Okay, done. But that's a good question. Yeah. So the Maui blue is probably pretty close. The mint is probably too light. And then there's super awesome name badges. Yes, which, oh no, I don't think I have them on with me right now. No, I think they're in my other bag. But yes, Off the Wall Quilt is our supplier for the badges this year, and they're so pretty. Very excited for those. And yes, I know I gotta message you back, Julie, about those. But they're gonna be very cool. They're very vibrant. They match like all the fabric this year, and they're just super, super fun themed. Y'all want to see something cool though? So we're trying to get some new, I'm testing out some new shirt ideas and things like that. And this is, if you're coming on the cruise and you're in the cruise group has been voting on what they want for their cruise shirt. And of course, tie-dye came up. So I was like, okay, let me go try to find some. And of course, we can't decide on teal or purple because everybody loves both. So I got this shirt, but look how cute this is. This is one of the designs that we were looking at for these. So Magical SE SMAS 2023. But yeah, this is one of the tie-dye shirts we were looking at doing because it's both the colors, y'all. But it's super cool. And I found some other tie-dye stuff that I think we might incorporate into just regular So Magical swag. And I tried it on, it fit perfectly on a medium. I was like, whoa, this is amazing. So I'm very excited. And they're long sleeve pullovers with a hood, and they're super stinking cute. They're in the other room. I should have brought them in, but I'm hoping maybe we can do those as SME swag as well. Yes, that tie-dye, oh, it's so pretty. Some of the other tie-dye options that I chose do not fit to size, and not in a good way, like 2 sizes too small. It was insane. And they didn't go high enough in size to be inclusive enough. So we're not going to go with that one, which is a bummer because it was one of the few tie-dye tank tops I could find. But yeah, that's a lot of fun. But so if anybody's going to be out in Texas next week, and while I'm there, I'll be hanging out with Cherish all weekend. She's going to be we're going to be driving around all over Dallas and Fort Worth. We're going to be in both. We're going to hit up Impressions Expo, look at all the amazing companies that are there. And then we're going to go over to the Pinners Conference, right? Right, Pinterest, right, Cherish, that's what it's called. It's the Pinterest Conference, Pinterest event expo thing. There's sewing glasses, there's sewing machines and different things like that there. So I'm going to check that out, go see some vendors there. And we're going to hang out with Lauren for 2 days in her More workshop at Sunny Sewing Machine. If y'all didn't hear, we got Industrial Sewing Machine Company to come to So Magical, Texas. I'm super Pinners Conference. Thank you. Mariana, you're going to be at Dallas for Lauren's workshop. I'll get to see you then. I'll be there both days helping Lauren out. I took it the first time, and so I told her, I was like, hey, I'm going to be there already. You want help? And she's like, yeah, okay. So we're going to hang out all over again. And yeah, so it'll be lots of fun. We're going to have that meetup in between the two for folks who are going to be there only for the one day. And no big surprises for Lauren this time, right? I sure hope not. Oh, if anybody wants to see the Pinners Conference, it's here. I'm excited about that. I've never been to one of those. I've never been to Impression Expo either. So I'm excited. We're going to hit a lot of things all at once. Sunny Sewing Machine. That's what I was talking about. So Sunny's is an industrial sewing machine company out in Dallas, Texas. And that's where Lauren's been doing her workshops out there. And they're going to have a classroom of industrial machines for So Magical, Texas. And they're going to have a booth. And they're going to have not just straight stitch machines for bag makers. They're going to have, I believe they said they're going to bring industrial sergers so all my clothing makers out there, or costumers or anything like that, cosplayers. That's great. And I think they're going to bring some other cool machines as well. And they've got some great brands that you can check out. Oh, and here's Impressions Expo for Fort Worth. That's a long one, but yeah, it's there. But there's so much cool stuff. And then, of course, we're gonna head up Gaylord, Texan while we're out there, because you can't go to Dallas without going to Gaylord, Texan. So that's where I'll be next weekend. So next Friday, we won't have a wine and chat. I know people are like, you can do it while you're in Texas. I'm like, oh, I'm usually like running around. I don't know what time we're getting back to the hotel. And yes, here's Sunny Sewing Machine's link. They're amazing. Sam is on Sew Whatever group a lot, and he's super helpful. He works out there, and you can reach out to them and ask them any other questions. They ship machines, y'all. It's great. I know, Alex. I wish you could make it to Texas too. It's gonna be so good. Oh, you're gonna have wine and chat without me, Kat? Yeah? Okay. I'm interested to see how that goes. So I did post that we're like, I think we're under 100 people now away from hitting 6,000 people in our Facebook group. We will do a giveaway. There's a post in there about what y'all want to see. I do believe that there is a heavy influence on people wanting a VIP ticket of their choice to a So Magical for 2023. And I like that idea. So I think that's what we might go with. But we got to hit 6K in the group. So share with your friends, get them to come onto the group if they don't already know about So Magical. And so y'all know there are no class pass tickets available for Florida, even at the door. When they come to the door, though, it is a couple dollars higher. So please, if y'all are coming, or you have friends that said they're going to come because they want to come shop, they want to go to the fashion show, they want to go to the D-Stash Bash or whatever it is, all they need is a no class pass, and they really should go purchase it online in advance. Kat, you're cracking me up over here. I did put another post up, and this is one of my favorite posts to put up because this changes every year, what folks want to see for classes. And I want to stay as relevant as possible. I want to make sure y'all are getting the best experience. And for those who keep coming back, some of y'all have been coming. This will be your 4th year coming back with us. So I want to know, what new thing do you want to learn? What skill do you want to enhance, or just a brand new hobby you might want to add? As we can tell, English paper piecing apparently is a popular one. We're not going to have that for Florida, obviously, but I do believe we have somebody who is in the works for signing for Texas and Tennessee who does EPP kits and classes. So that'll be exciting. So please go on that post. Please tell me, like, even if you think it's like out there and weird, we cover everything sewing and crafting. So like resin, like non-machine based crafting, anything you can think of. Fiber arts, we're adding more fiber arts. We're going to add more cosplay. We're going to add more like just unique stuff. Of course, we're going to keep our core bag classes, and we're going to add more clothing classes. And of course, we're going to have, quilting and just general sewing. But I want to know, what do you all want to see? What do you want to bring? So please go on that post. Please tell me what you want. It doesn't look like we have too many newbies on here tonight, or else I was going to post the advice for newbies. Maybe I'll save that for a wine and chat closer. Maybe I'll do that one where Hannah Warworking's on with us, since she's going to be a newbie herself. I did want to say, for those that don't know, machine rental form is available for Florida up on the website. Please fill that out. We're trying to actively update the sheet so we know the second that we run out of the ability to rent out machines. I did just pick up quite a few more machines, so I'm not worried that we're going to run out, but yeah, Alex, technically you're a newbie too. That's okay. We love the newbies. Okay, Alex, do you want to know? Here, I'll post this because we do have quite a few veterans on here as well. Oh no, now I lost it. Okay, so all my veterans on here. What is your piece of advice for newbies? We always do this like the month before So Magical, and you'd be amazed the good advice they come up with, the things that I don't even think about. Yes, crochet plushie classes. I don't know. I have a personal teacher. Kat just comes over and teaches me things. Y'all, I made I'm gonna grab something real quick. But yes, please give advice to the newbies. I'm bring it. Okay, so one of my first crafts I ever did growing up is story time, y'all. Story time. One of the first crafts I ever did was crocheting. That was one of the first things my grandma taught me because I was left-handed and my grandma was left-handed and like nobody else was. And she could teach me. I could mirror what she was doing, or not mirror. I could sit next to her and she could show me what she was doing. So I recently like picked it back up, and I was at Dragon Con and I was like sitting there. It's like, I need something to do with my hands. So of course I ordered yarn on Amazon to be delivered to my hotel room. And it arrived. So it was great. I started something, I think the night before I left is finally when I had time to just like relax a little bit. And then on the plane I did it. But of course I did it in the dark, and I used yarn that I probably shouldn't have because I'm still trying to remember how to do things. And so I got this ghost pattern that was super cute. I'm like, I can do this. Kat taught me all the skills to do this, right? This is great. Okay, little plastic eyeballs. I only had one size with me, so don't judge me on my eyeball size of my poor ghosty. But this is the ghost. It's so bad. It's ombre-based fabric, and I thought it was going to look really cute, but it cut off here, so he looks like he has a bad tan line. But I did some things very wrong. But then I went back to the drawing board. Look, this is what he's supposed to look like in a different yarn. But yeah, it just goes to show you, like, I'm right there with y'all. I could use a class or two. So there's no dumb ideas for classes. But yeah, here's Boo. We named him Booberry. All my crocheting items get names. But yeah, this one cracks me up. I keep it just because it makes me laugh when I see it. So yeah, this is what it's supposed to look like. A real ghost. A single ghost who works outside. Stop. Okay, Kat's advice is to bring a cart. Yes, we allow wagons and carts and whatever you need to tote your stuff around in, your machine. Don't feel like you got to carry a machine around everywhere, or your supplies. And also a great piece of advice, don't fill your whole schedule with classes. Some folks go overboard. Don't worry, sometimes we repeat classes at other Sew Magicals. So there's lots to see and do at Sew Magical. So I totally agree with this. Thanks, Cherish. I'm glad you liked my attempt. Yeah, my second attempt at my ghost was much better. It was terrible. Flying in, so I can't bring a cart. Got it. I know some people have told me I need to get carts with Sew Magical logo on it to rent out. I'm like, oh my gosh. How many more things are we gonna bring? We already have, like, we're going on getting ready getting a second trailer. And our first trailer is not small. Anybody that's seen it knows it's not a small trailer. Kat's always willing to teach. Kat, are you talking in third person now? Ooh, Glenn, this is a good one. Bring snacks because sometimes you don't realize how busy you will be. Yes. Because there's lots of food options in all the Gaylords. However, most of them are sit down. Wreckers, you can get pickup orders and grab it and come back to class or wherever you're going to go next. And then there's like the marketplace. That's what they're called. Every Gaylord has a marketplace that has like fast things you can grab. And then there's a coffee bean. It's like a Starbucks with some other things. So there's little things that you can grab really quick, but Jen is very correct with bringing snacks because you just never know. And yes, going to Publix is a great option. There are no microwaves in any of the Gaylord hotel rooms, but there are the fridge. Everyone has like a little mini fridge that is not a wet bar, so you can put stuff in there. So lots of folks hit up Publix, and don't quote me, but I believe you can get Instacart and Uber Eats and all that delivered to Gaylord. I know. I don't know why I called you Jen, but yes, Glenn, I did. Sorry. We're gonna have to talk about it at Patreon, aren't we? Oh, don't forget, yes, and don't forget the adult juice boxes if you partake in that. Oh, Kat says I'm right. You can Instacart and Uber Eats. Yes. I'm like the queen of Instacart and Ubering things. One time I got per Kat's request too, we got a laptop delivered to a hotel. The things you got to do. For anybody, this is kind of like a newbie thing too, but anybody who doesn't know, parking passes are half off for everybody. If you're staying the night at Gaylord, it's included into your bill. If you are parking, they ask you if you've got a car and things like that, and then it's included in there. If you are not staying at Gaylord, you're coming for the day, you have to get it at the So Magical Expo check-in desk when you get your badge or your link or your wristband for the day. You have to get it there. That's okay. That you can do just regular juice boxes instead of adult juice boxes then. Oh, and one more thing I wanted to talk about that I haven't mentioned yet, but I don't know if anybody's noticed. We have a new feature on the website. The Teacher Spotlight blog is now live. I'll share that real quick because it's really cool. One of our staff, Anna, has created this for us. She came up with this idea. It's up here at the top, and it's called Blog. You can go on here, and it's really cool. And you can click on this first one, Teacher Spotlights, and it's really neat. She talks about what it is and what we're gonna do, and it's got other really neat links in here. But like Julie, who we just talked to, you can go read more about her and get to know her a little bit better. And there's links that take you to her website and all that. There's like a really neat video. Look at this photo. I love it. That's great. And then there's, of course, she's like taunting me by putting countdowns in here with how many days are left. So 41 days, y'all. 1 month and 11 days. So definitely check that out. It's really cool if you like to read things and just sit down. And then there's one for Catherine, who owns Sew Your Bag. It was another one of our teachers and vendors. So both of these are teacher vendors. And so we're going to try to keep coming out with these as the teachers are sending their info in to Anna. And it's just another fun way that we're trying to show our love and appreciation for all our amazing teachers that come along. As long as there's coffee, I'll be fine. Yeah, there's a lot of coffee. And oh, fun fact, So Magical has a coffee station that is free. Caffeinated decaf, and then we have tea. So that is, and it's officially sponsored by Glitterbug Fairy for both Florida and Texas this year, and technically next year. So yeah, the coffee station is staying alive, and it's not available until the vendor hall opens. Some folks are like, where is it? I need my coffee fix. So sometimes we're able to get them to come around like 7:30 and bring it 7:30 to 8, but sometimes they won't come until around 9. But yeah, and it lasts until probably like 11 or 12. It's not there all day. So Alex, you may not be able to get your like your free coffee at 2-3 p.m. in Florida, but yeah. More funner fact, Buffalo Trace now has bourbon infused K-Pots. Wow. Oh man. Oh goodness. Okay. And wow, I'm going on almost 2 hours. Thanks for anybody that's hanging out with me tonight. I hope I'm actually entertaining y'all. The next thing, I mentioned it before, but Patreon, my Patreon folks on tonight. On Tuesday, we have a chat. We're hanging out. Every month we do our Zoom call. And sorry, Glenn, I do not have a sticker for next time. I'm running out of space. I have like very weird limited space, so I need small stickers to fill in. Maybe I'll get one from the Natural Nerd booth if she has one that's small enough to fit there. But yeah, that's going to be next Tuesday. So I need to get that posted and up. But I think we're going to start at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. And if anybody wants to know more about Patreon, you can click here. And I just posted in the Patreon group, what new perks do y'all want to see? I need to get a bigger cup, Glenn says. Oh no. Yeah, I guess I do need it. I can just get another one. Oh, thanks, Matt and Brittany. It was fun hanging with you too. I do need a bigger cup though. I just need to get a new one. Fun fact, So Magical is getting a laser. Our laser shows up probably next month. So I don't think we're going to have any laser-based goodies for Florida So Magical by the time it comes and we have to train on it and everything. I just don't think we're going to pump out anything that's I feel is quality worthy yet. So, but we'll have some swag and such on the website after Florida, we believe. So we're very excited. We're going to be getting that. So maybe we'll have like special So Magical tumblers or something like that. And then I'll get a really big one for you, Glenn, and we'll stick all the stickies on there. All right. I'll end it in one of my favorite questions of wine and chat, and then we'll end there for the night. But what is everybody working on? Anybody working on something fun? Touch my glasses. Anybody working on fun? I'm currently working on all things So Magical prep for Florida, but one of the things I'm working in the background for fun. I haven't started it yet, but I'm doing all my research. I'm going to build my first major cosplay. I'm going to do an Oogie Boogie inspired cosplay. It's not a ball gown, but I don't know. It's a concoction of a couple of things, but I have a vision in my mind. So, and I want to try to work on some new skills I've never used before and work with some new materials I haven't before. So I'm hoping to do that. I think that'll be really fun. Okay. Kathy's crocheting a blanket. Aren't you on travel right now? Do you have like a blanket with you in the car that you're like crocheting as you go? I love it. Okay, I'm gonna say this wrong. Is it Glaceon? It's Glaceon. How do you pronounce that? I know it's it's one of the Eevee evolutions, right? At the crochet plushie. Not like this ghost. Cat's crochet creations are a million times prettier than mine. Packing for next weekend. Yeah. I know. I need to start packing. Mini foundation paper piecing. Mini foundation. Okay. Are you going to tell me there's something else I don't know about? Okay. What is mini foundation paper piecing? Is it like English paper piecing, but like a slightly different technique? Tell me more. Getting the house ready for the hurricane. Yeah. We should be doing it. I don't know. I'm a born and raised Floridian. I just, until I see like cat floor, I'm just like, yeah, we've got the water. We got everything already. I know that's bad to say, but Sandy's gnome knitting. Ooh, that's fun. I love it. My dad's currently obsessed with gnomes. Drinking and crocheting in the mountains. Oh, working on my EPP block of the month. Oh, you got an EPP block of the month? That's pretty nifty. Oh, okay. Leslie says it's like mini FPP. EPP, right? Okay, it's like paint by number, but with fabric. Oh, is that like, there's a company that's talking about potentially coming to So Magical, and they have these kits. And they just posted in the group they bought a rescue vehicle. It looks like an ambulance EMT type truck, and that's what they're going to take to all their quilt shows now. It's really cool. I can't remember what it's called though. Oh no, you're on the west side. I'm so sorry. Hopefully you don't have any damage and everything goes smooth. Like I said, if Waffle House ain't closed, I am worried. That's terrible. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, look, I love how y'all are doing it. See, I'm telling Julie, like there's this subculture of like different quilting and like unique talents that we have in our group. So I'm here for it. I love it. Okay. Oh, I apologize. It's not EPP, FPP. Sew through paper following the lines. Oh, okay. Again, see, I'm always learning something new. So y'all tell me because I don't know everything that's out there. Oh, by the way, did y'all see? This is my mess up one, but this is one of the Texas designs. Isn't it nifty? It's got like the hibiscus theme, but it's brown. There's another one that's even cuter that's got the boot, and on the boot, it's got the pattern of the So Magical fabric and hibiscus. Is stinking cute. I can't wait. And the pre-order that we have coming up next in the next few weeks, maybe month, is going to have Texas fabric on it. And the Patreon group, again, if you're in Patreon, you get like voting rights on a lot of things. They're voting on narrowing down the colorways because my amazing graphic designer gave me too many options, and I was like, I can't run all this. So, but they're stinking cute, so I can't wait. 4 mini blocks in. Oh my gosh, y'all are amazing. Okay, so I don't have anything. If you have any questions, holler and let me know. We've been changing our policy a little bit. Dang it. I can't figure out how to turn off my text on my computer, so I apologize for the dinging. Oh my gosh. Stop texting me. I lost my train of thought, so I apologize. But we changed our policy. So instead of personally messaging me on Facebook, as much as I love answering everybody's questions directly, it's we've gotten a lot of y'all now in the group and a lot of questions. So if you could, now that we have an amazing team, which includes Cherish, who's on here tonight with us, send the email to support@sewmagicalexpo.com, or go to the website and hit the contact us button. It goes to the same one. And then one of us will answer you and make sure that your question gets answered promptly. So I know it's not you, Cherish. They know who they are and they're watching right now. So again, if y'all have any questions, check out the Facebook group, check out some of the different areas. The website has a ton of information. But if you can't find the answer you're looking for, feel free to send us an email. Cherish popped it down below here so you can copy and paste it as well. But if nobody has any questions for me right now, I hope y'all had fun. All these are recorded and will be up on the Facebook group and the YouTube channel. Also, even though we're close to 6K on Facebook group, we're like a couple hundred away. I know that sounds like a lot, but in YouTube land, that's not that bad. We're very close to 1,000, and that's like our goal is to get to 1,000 on YouTube. So if you could also go over and subscribe and follow us on YouTube, I would highly appreciate that. But I hope y'all have a fantastic weekend. I cannot wait to see y'all here in the next month and a half, or in the next 4 months if you're coming to Texas, or the next however many months away Texas is, or the cruise. So everybody have a wonderful weekend, and I will talk to y'all very, very soon.